Hey all, it is your girl Stacy coming to you live. Full disclosure, I have been called to come live and talk about this for a while now, but I just didn't want to. Okay, so what are we going to talk about? Let's talk about retrogrades. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a moment for people to come on. Hey, welcome, welcome. Like I said, we're going to talk a little bit about retrogrades. I want to go ahead and talk about, first of all, a retrograde that we had in 2023 where, yeah, exactly, where when Venus went retrograde in Leo. It was a very interesting time. That was actually when I first started doing this work. That's how that retrograde affected me. It really hit me in the place of what is it that you do? What do you value? What is quality? And that's when I was really called to kind of do this work. But I got to tell you, I had a steady stream for almost an entire year of you guys coming in where this particular transit, and again, this was when Venus went retrograde in Leo in 2023, where your love lives blew all up. You guys, and particularly it was mostly Virgos. You guys got hit really hard by that particular transit. Stacy, why the hell are you talking about this transit? We're dealing with Mercury retrograde in Leo right now. I know. That's why I'm talking about this particular transit. Because, and this is what I absolutely just geek nerd out on astrology, is when you look at it as a tapestry, how it's all interwoven together and how all of it is working to serve you, not to hurt you. Now, I'm going to go back to talking about that previous transit in 2023 when I saw so many of you where your lives were blown up. Many of you had long-term relationships that just completely blew up in your face. New relationships that you thought were going to be, the end-all be-all, and they weren't. And the thing that I saw about all of you incredible, amazing souls, because y'all came back in afterwards, you did that work. And what that transit showed you was where you value yourself in a loving relationship. And I gotta tell you, to sit and hold space for you when you were doing that work was absolutely inspiring. Now, full disclosure. Usually I'm cool with Mercury transits, Mercury retrograde transits. I do my due diligence, I do the work, etc. But I gotta tell you guys, this one knocked me on my ass. I'm gonna tell you why. It was so funny today in the shower. And God, I really wish I could do the lives in the shower. Oh, and by the way, you're welcome that I don't. I try to protect society as much as possible, but I get the clearest downloads in the shower. And when I was kind of ruminating on this particular transit, right, I heard the clearest voice that, yeah, girl, but Mercury is a trickster. And how this Mercury showed up for me. Okay, let me back it up a little bit. This Mercury, exactly, right? So this particular transit, it's Mercury in Leo. So, I thought, I got this, I'll, just kind of like click into my Aquarius sun detachment, be all cool and groovy in my relationship with others. Dude, where this showed up is not how I speak to others. How am I speaking to myself? Yeah. How am I speaking to myself? And where am I not honoring myself or that that person that wants to, that's being called to embody this main character energy. Hey, welcome everybody. So for me, this whole year has been about stepping into my main character energy, living my most authentic life, being absolutely authentic in everything, in what I do, in what I say, and how I am. And so basically, how am I inauthentically talking to myself? And I'm going to tell you how this Mercury Leo, right? And what is Leo? Leo is the sun. It is our confidence. It also is children, right? That beautiful innocent. If you look at the tarot card, the card for the sun, which is the card for Leo, has that child holding that big banner and this big beautiful sun. So what I really came in contact with and what came forward, how the trickster appeared to me, was in the form of my bratty inner child. Where was she not heard? Where was she not listened to? Exactly, girl. Yeah, so she just said, my doormat past self has been challenged majorly this weekend. Absolutely. And that's why this is a gift. It is a gift. And I will say this till the day that I die. These transits are not happening to you. They're happening for you. And yeah, they can be uncomfortable AF. And it's hysterical because there's so many people that I follow and admire online that they're just literally like facepalm, like this particular transit. So let me go back to how it's presenting for me. Maybe it'll resonate a little bit for you, and maybe it's going to be a little bit of a way that you can work with this particular transit, because it's so important that you do. I cannot stress the importance. As a child, right, I was definitely that good girl. I was expected to be the good girl. I was expected to do everything right and perfect, even to the expense that I did not agree. And it was not safe for me always to speak up and voice when I didn't agree. And that is the energy that I have been sitting in with this transit. And I'm just kind of like, eureka, finally, I have a way to interact, because there's so much wisdom. Now, do I want my inner child to take the driver's seat? No. But when I'm not paying attention, it kind of comes up as that saboteur energy, right? Just me, anybody else sabotage their things right before you get to that breakthrough. Your head screaming for the hills, something comes up, that sabotage energy. So how can I deal? Exactly, girl. I'm so happy you're here. And I was going to reach out to you, but I kind of thought that, hey, if you were meant to be here, you would be, right? So how does that energy want to work with you? Because I got to tell you, that is just a treasure trove of untapped energy. What is it that your rebellious child, or what was the knowing that you had as a child that, the world told you wasn't true? For me, a lot of times it was magic. Hey girl, hey. For a lot of times for me as a child, it was magic, right? I saw magical things all the time. Everyone around me told me, no, you didn't. That's not the way the world works. And, also being, magical little girly as well as a logical little girly, I did the math. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm wrong here. Well, I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted the other day about a little bit of magic I had the day of the new moon when I was trying to get someplace, and everything seemed like it was trying to stop me from getting there. My Google Maps had me just going on like this crazy Mr. Toad's wild ride to get to this shop. I get to the shop, I enter the building, I'm walking all around, I see this door that, is the suite number. It's just this absolutely white, innocuous door. I try it, doesn't work. I'm walking around, go back to my car, and just as I think that, okay, well, maybe I'm not supposed to be here, I hear a noise, and this big crow landed on a sign right in front of me. And it kind of like looked at me, and it was like, are you sure? And I was like, I don't know, maybe. And was like, are you sure? And I was like, I don't know, maybe. And so I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I back up and I see this woman in a car. Now she, there's not anything special about her that would have said, hey, I'm going to a crystal shop. But I slowed down, motioned her over, and I said, hey, are you going to, and she's like, the name of the shop, Kachi's Torch. And I said, yeah. She's like, no, it's right over there. Gave me directions, went in, and it was a beautiful experience. Because I listened. I listened. I saw. I listened. I left that space open for the magic to happen instead of being like, oh, well, I guess the universe just doesn't want me to go here right now. And kind of circling back to these transits, that's just it. I mean, a lot of times we just kind of put up our hands and we're like, oh my God, this is being done to me. Oh my God, the Mercury retrograde my whole life, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, these transits are not here to jack with you. They are here to challenge you. They are here to work with you. They are here for your highest good. And they're here to remind you that you're a sovereign MF, right? You are sovereign in your life. You get to co-create with the universe what you want. So if you want to, go to this particular store and there's some obstacles going on, how can you get there? So anyway, kind of sum up a little bit about the Mercury retrograde. The message that like I said, I was getting and that I felt compelled to come on to talk a little bit about was, how are you speaking to yourself? What is your relationship like with yourself? What is your relationship like with these pieces of yourself that you don't want to look at? The pieces of yourself, like I said initially, I'd been called to come on here several times to talk about this, and I just didn't want to. I just did not want to. Again, it's that kind of inner child throwing a tantrum. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. The thing to also do is grant yourself some grace. So anyway, I'm going to do a little thing right now, because when I went to the store the other day, it was their grand opening, and unbeknownst to me, I got an opportunity to get one of their ritual oils for free because it was their grand opening. And, I looked at them all, and when she asked me which one I want, I just said, I'll tell you what, can you intuitively choose one for me? And she chose the Mercury retrograde repellent. Now, I 100% would have never chosen this one for myself because, like I said, I love to work with these transits, right? I don't want to repel that. But what I loved about this is repelling my resistance to work with this retrograde, right? Because I had all of that resistance. A lot of people were just kind of like crying under their pillows, blanket forks. I was kind of using the ostrich with a head in the sand. Well, if I don't look at it, if I don't see it, it can't touch me. So what I would love to do right now is, if you would like to be included, I would like to go ahead and use a little bit of this amazing, beautiful oil, for all of us. And the intention for using this, and you can put whatever intention you want to in it as well. The intention for using this is, how can you repel your resistance to working with these transits? How can you repel your resistance to stepping into your sovereignty? So let's just open it up. Oh my sweet baby Jesus, this stuff smells amazing. So, you give me permission to connect with your energy. Let's go ahead and do some anointing for what I know. On our wrists, for what I do. On our ankles, for how I walk in the world, and a drop for our heart, because I love it so. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. All right, so we talked a little bit about Mercury retrograde. Oh, my darlings, we are not done, because pretty much every single planet's in retrograde. And what this is, and my dear, lovely, sweet friend, Fae of Nature, Miss Sydney, she was also sharing to me like the biggest message, and I've been kind of saying this since the beginning of this summer. The biggest message is to slow down. It's counterintuitive for the time of the season, but it's time to slow down. It's time to slow down, grant yourself some grace. Grant yourself some grace as well as some space to work with these transits, to go within, to let yourself heal in the places and spaces that you're looking for healing, for growth, because this is a huge, tremendous time. Round about the last eclipse that we had, which was the eclipse cycle that closed out the Aries Libra cycle, I was already feeling the Lion's Gate. Yesterday or today, I'm not exactly sure, is the first day of that Lion's Gate portal opening every year for me. This is such a powerful transit. And I have just been getting the message so loud. I'm getting these cosmic galactic lions that have been coming in, showing up for me, just kind of like nodding, already energetically creating, it's almost like a circle for this portal to hold the space. It is going to be so important because we are going to be sliding into the next eclipse cycle around about October, and that is going to be huge. So my friends, anywhere in your life where you have been playing small, where you have old patterns of behavior, old crutches, anywhere that you're not heeding the call, that clarion, the trumpet's bugle is how it's kind of coming into me, that you're not heeding that call, let's get on board, let's do it, do the best you can. If it's difficult, and trust me, I know it is, this past couple of months, I just feel like I've been hit by a trank dart, right? Between, just the energies on my physical body, as well as, like I said, the internal resistance that I've had to stepping up and, doing the work in these particular areas. Yeah, I know, I get it. It's rough, but I invite you to do it. And, thank you for reminding me. So the biggest thing is, this morning when I was, getting ready, just getting out of the shower, and my Mercury showed up to me as my inner child. And when I said, yes, we're going to work with this, they said, no, this isn't work. This is play. It's play. So yeah, we tend to put that overlay on top of things, right? Oh, it's so dire, it's so scary and so serious. But it's play. You get to do this. You get to go in, you get to play, you get to just, roll up your sleeves and say, hey, what does this look like for me? What does it look like for me to play with these particular transits? What's my invitation? What am I being asked to do? And all of it, right? Your resistance, your anger, anything that comes up is part of that. It is all part of that. And the invitation is for you to pick up those pieces and integrate them. No big whoop, right? But I know you guys can do it. You guys can do it. So the other thing that, so much was this morning, right? Oh gosh. So the other thing that was going on for me this morning, and I kind of posted a couple of things, is like all of the crystals that I have, it was like they were all just screaming at me. I mean, and it's funny because I've got crystals like in drawers and this and, like squirreled away, and they're like, no, it is time. They are chomping at the bit to work with us. And, to that end, I have this cute little, several years ago, Sage Goddess did a series for the new moons with different forms of divination. And this one was so adorable. It's the gemstone divination. And I haven't played with it. So I thought it would be super fun. Let's take a look. We've got the rest of this summer, right? Lionsgate's just going to be right around the corner. The eclipses are coming up September, October. Let's see what gemstone might want to help us out. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take my selenite, because if you know me, you know this girl loves her some selenite. I'm just going to kind of like stir up, and look at how cute these are, right? This is just adorable. I'm going to stir up these little gemstones here, and I am going to ask, what crystal, what gemstone wants to work with us through this transit? Ooh, interesting. Now it's just going to be a matter of me to figure out which one this is. Huh. Okay, I think... All right, now I have a cute little cheat sheet, but I think what this one is, I don't know if you can see it. I'll put this up here. I mean, it's really beautiful. It's got these little flashes in it. It's gorgeous. The star garnet, which is nice because that's my birthstone, garnet, for my other January babies. Hi. So what this says is the star garnet, the gentle grounding stone. This root chakra gem is calming and protective. It pulls your spirit back to center. Oh, I said creator, interesting. Center, and brings your strength and ease to overcome any challenge. I think that's a pretty good one. The other message I'm getting with this, because it's the star garnet, and I did say creator, this is a very much as above, so below, as within, so without energy. So definitely, if it resonates, go ahead and drink in the energy of this gorgeous little stone. Anyway, that was actually really fun. I love crystals. I really do. I know I sound like a crazy person, but hey, whatever. Like my inner child says, whatever. We don't really care. We know what we know, right? But yeah, I have lots of fun little conversations with crystals all the time. And they're really coming forward right now to help us, to work with us, to help us do our work. Thank you. And I keep getting like kind of poked. I don't know if you all saw that on the side over here. Play. It's not work. It's play. Yeah. Okay. So we're getting called to really play with these crystals. They want to step up and work with us, play with us. I got it. Sorry. Dang, man. My little child. Great knowing, but yeah, you can kind of see where maybe she would have gotten into some trouble. Oh yeah, right, I know, so many and obsessed. Yeah, we are obsessed, totally. We love us some crystals. So take them out, play with them. And not only that, but one of the things that happens to me a lot is before I leave, I'll get like kind of an energetic wink from one of my crystals, or maybe it's a piece of jewelry or something that says, hey, take me with you today. There's somebody you're going to meet that, I'm supposed to work with. Right, they have been so strong lately. And I love it. I love it. So sometimes we're cosmic taxis for our crystal friends so that they can get to the next person that they're meant to support and interact with, because they're all here for, they're all here for a purpose as well. Anyway, I hope that helped. Now I can feel a lot better, because it's that whole thing. I don't know about you guys, but I do it a lot. I totally have to just cop to this, is a lot of times I'm asked to do so many things and I put spirit on snooze. You know, and I do. And now is not the time. Now is the time to kind of show up. So I'm super happy that I was able to show up. I'm so happy you guys were here today. It's a lot of fun. I'll try and post this later. So, you know, hopefully other folks... Ooh, smoky quartz and lapis lazuli under my pillow. That sounds delicious. Yeah, I know. I love me some amethyst for sleep. It just feels super yummy. Amethyst and lavender. Anyway, thanks again. Love you all. And I already apologize in advance because I'm super awkward at ending these. So it's probably going to be a little bit of a hot mess, but love you. Feel free to reach out. I'm in the shop today, so if you need some energy work, I'm happy to support you. Reach out to me, DM. I do have a schedule in my bio if you wanted to book something. But yeah, just let me know how you're doing. Are you having fun? Hopefully this will help you move forward with some of these tricky transits. Take care, everyone. Much love. Bye. Here we go. Stay with me now.